Nicolas Maduro, who pleaded not guilty to terrorism, drug, and weapons charges in federal court in New York City and told the judge he's the president of his country but was kidnapped. Attorney General Pam Bondi tells Fox's Hannity.
This was well within the president's Article 2 powers. It was a law enforcement function to arrest indicted individuals in Venezuela.
Congressional leaders got a briefing on Saturday's raid that captured Maduro and his wife. From the Secretaries of War and State and others, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer says he left with more questions than answers.
I did not receive any assurances that we would not try to do the same thing in other countries.
The protests keep raging in Iran, angry over the economy and angry at the regime. And up to 35 deaths are now reported, days after President Trump warned if Iran kills protesters, the U.S. will come to their rescue.
The human rights activist news agency says 2 of the deaths were people linked to law enforcement. There have been protests in 26 of Iran's 31 provinces over the past 10 days. The agency reports that at least 1,200 people have been detained, although it adds the true number is likely much higher.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. There are more talks today in Paris, trying to help Ukraine work out a peace plan to stop Russia's war. The U.S. and our allies and Ukraine's President Zelensky will all be there. An American ambassador to NATO, Matt Whitaker, tells Fox Ukraine's post-war security agreements are coming.
The Coalition of the Willing, which is about 50 allied countries, many of them in NATO, are going to, agree to a certain security framework for Ukraine, and so is the United States, both as part of that Coalition of the Willing and separately.
There is some tension as Denmark, a U.S. NATO ally, pushes back against President Trump's reiterated call for an American takeover of Greenland, citing national security concerns. But the island of Greenland is a Danish territory. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Debating another data center. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 48 degrees. We're going up to 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 6:02. The Shelbyville City Council voted last night to take the first step toward bringing a large piece of land into the city so a developer can build a data center complex there.
We heard a lot from the community, and I think that we've got a lot of questions to kind of provide them as we learn more about the project, and we're excited to partner with Shelbyville, and as we learn more what we can do on the site, hopefully we can gain more support from the greater community.
That is a spokesperson for a company called Prologis. They're from California. They're obviously in support of the project, speaking with Wish TV, but nearly everybody who attended the meeting is opposed to it. They're concerned about water use, electricity demand, and pollution. The proposal will now go to the Shelbyville Plan Commission for a public hearing Wednesday at 7. Indiana Democrats are pushing the state to do more to help families manage rising costs. They're calling for the repeal of Indiana's 7% sales tax on residential utility bills and for increased state funding for child care programs. They say that families are facing what they call a cost of living crisis. The Indianapolis Colts are keeping their leadership intact after finishing the season with 7 straight losses and finishing 8-9 and missing the playoffs again. Here's Jake McDaniel.
Colts CEO Carly Ursay-Gordon said Monday she decided to keep general manager Chris Ballard and head coach Shane Steichen because she's seen them evolve, especially when they traded cornerback Sauce Gardner, but she's putting them on notice.
We have been very clear with Chris and Shane that giving them another opportunity means that the sense of urgency for them to deliver and perform has never been higher.
Ursay-Gordon is done with the what-ifs. She says while losing quarterback Daniel Jones was tough, every team deals with injuries, and she expects that sense of urgency to translate into wins next year. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
College basketball at Hinkle Fieldhouse tonight. It's Butler and St. John's in a Big East matchup. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together next on a Tuesday morning. It's 6:04.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. I've been a client for nearly 20 years, and I can tell you it works. I'm in my 70s now, and I'm doing things on the farm I couldn't even do in my 40s. Lifting, carrying, working without wondering if my body's going to quit on me. That's real strength. That's real result. And I'm not talking about vanity muscles. This is strength that shows up in real life. What makes Exercise Inc. different? The professional coaches, many with over 15 years of experience and a private gym where every workout is guided, efficient, and safe. Here's the best part. It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their training method came out of an osteoporosis research study. Their Simple 9 nutrition program has helped clients lose over 40,000 pounds, and people see real improvements in strength, energy, and health. This isn't a resolution you quit. It's a habit you keep. The consultation's free, and it's worth it. 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood. Now in Fishers. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
And good morning. Got a couple of problems out there already as you're traveling on 70 eastbound. You're heading for the Plainfield rest area all the way over to State Road 267. That's all because still down to one lane because of overnight road work. We saw this happen yesterday, and it's happening yet again today. So use US 40 as your alternate. Also, if you're leaving downtown on 65 northbound, got a crash blocking the 2 right lanes. Traffic is sponsored by Staples. 2026 is here, and at Staples, deals mean business. Like up to $100 off custom print orders. Head into the new year looking good for less. Staples, that was easy. Ends January 31st. I'm Jeremy Scott with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What are you doing?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. On this Tuesday, again, very mild for early January here. Pretty gloomy throughout the day, but I still think we're going to be a couple degrees warmer than yesterday. There might be a few areas of light drizzle throughout the day as well. Today's high, 54. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 37. Not bad tomorrow. Will be brighter, just slightly cooler. Partly cloudy, a high of 50. Really mild for the end of the week, but it is going to be wet and stormy Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms late in the afternoon and evening, a high of 58. Some morning showers and thunderstorms Friday with highs into the low 60s.
That right there, Marcus Bailey, Wish TV. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate you as always. 46 degrees right now. That's beautiful. In the American Standard Heating Weather Center, the time is 6:07. Shared a story yesterday about truckers who were arrested carrying, what was it, like $7 million worth of cocaine? Some insane number. Same amount. Yeah, $7 million worth of cocaine, Putnam County. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Those who were stopped, the 2 drivers, they now have ICE detainers. Are they in the country legally? Oh. ICE deportation holds placed on each of the 2 in the truck, charged with dealing narcotics. And we say, okay, that's they got caught, they got pulled over, there was a search, police dog found the drugs. Glad they found the drugs. The story here is, who do we hire to drive these trucks? And indeed, we have to accept the fact that maybe we have people driving trucks who shouldn't be, and we're going to have to put a stop to that. Over in California, Gavin Newsom, he's the governor there. You can tell who he is by the slicked back hair and the lies that come out of his mouth. They have extended commercial truck driver's licenses for foreign nationals that have been flagged in a federal audit. What California said is, we don't care. We're not going to stop giving these licenses. This is the right thing to do. Why are you such a xenophobe? People's lives on the road don't matter. The possibility of criminal activity that would clearly be stopped if these people weren't on the road doesn't matter. All inconsequential. The only thing that matters to these people is, well, is Trump in favor of it? Okay, we're opposed to it. Trump likes it? Oh, we don't like it. Trump doesn't like it? Oh, we love it. It's a weird way to live. It is a very weird thing to see, that when you let other people live your life for you. And if you want an example of it, go check out my feed on Twitter X at Tony Katz and check out the trolls. Their entire existence is everything that is said here. Not an engagement, not a sharing like we do every morning. No. Being angered about everything because they have to be angered. And they're all listening, and the ratings are great, so thank you, guys. But it's madness. It is absolute madness. And that's what Gavin Newsom is involved in. They will give driver's license to people here illegally, no matter what the cost or consequence to you, me, and we. That's where we are in our society. Pretty messed up. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. You got pain? I know that pain in your feet that radiates through your body. I've had the plantar fasciitis, and I've had the issues that causes. Like, I was walking with a cane, and the pain, it's incredible. The Good Feet store, they can help. The arch support specialists that transform lives. The Good Feet premium arch supports and personalized approach to fitting, smartest investment you can make in your journey. The premier arch support specialists that they are, the Good Feet store enhances the quality of life for anyone desiring to live life without limits. And I went and I did the whole fitting, and there's these 3 different supports. You take them in and out of your shoe. It's super easy. And what it's doing, it's training your foot. And what that's doing is it's realigning you. And so, yeah, it's a little weird at first, but you start to get to the feel and understand, oh my gosh, I'm standing straighter. I have less pain. Things are where they're supposed to be. So the body is working. You got to check it out. You got to see how they do it and how well they do it. The Good Feet store has 2 Indy area locations, a Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off 65. Go online to goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
This is Gary Dick, a new program aimed at Indiana nonprofits at 632. Brought to you by IBJ's February events, Excellence in Healthcare on February 10th, and Hunger and Health, sponsored by Gleaners, February 12th. RSVP at ibj.com/events.
Hammer Nigel here for Window Nation. I have Window Nation windows installed in my house. The cold air has stopped coming through. The warm air has stopped exiting the house because of my Grade A Window Nation and windows. Definitely check out their sale, windownation.com. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free.
Window Nation, the best in the business. But don't just take my word for it. Check out their A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Check out their over 45,000 5-star reviews. Now, that's a big deal because nobody ever leaves 5-star reviews, but Window Nation has over 45,000 of them. Take advantage of this deal right now. Window Nation's buy 4, get 4 windows for free sale. It's going on right now. Schedule your fast and free, that's the key word, free estimate at windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Are you a business owner or self-employed? Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Pay close attention. Do not ignore this message. The IRS has unmatched power. They can freeze your bank account, garnish your paycheck, seize your assets, and even shut down your business. If you've received a notice or think one is coming, the clock is already ticking. Every day you wait, penalties grow, and the problem gets worse. Call Federated Tax today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate directly with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or even eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. The IRS won't wait, and neither should you. Call Federated Tax today, 800-370-1384. The call and consultation are free. That's 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
Ah, the Internet. A place where your curiosity can flourish. Unless online threats stop you. The Internet is wonderful, but you need to protect yourself online. Protect yourself online with NordVPN. NordVPN encrypts your browsing. Its Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop digital trackers. Get the best deal at NordVPN.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Traffic on the 5s. Jeremy Scott in for Matt Baer. It's the WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening, Jeremy?
Well, Tony will start things off. You're coming in from Monrovia, from the southwest, basically, on 70 eastbound. It's a parking lot from the Plainfield Rest area to just before State Road 267. Looks like they're starting to pick up some of the overnight road work, which has you down to 1 lane. Still might want to take US 40 as your alternate. Also, on the north side, leaving downtown, 65 northbound is heavy from 21st all the way over to 29th. Got a crash blocking the 2 right lanes. Traffic is sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at indianafoundation.com. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 6:16.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
So Tim Walz steps away. He will not seek re-election. Okay. I won't say that I'm going to miss him. I won't say that anybody was better off with him, because I certainly don't believe that. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you. The governor speaking. Too bad my audio's not working. If it wasn't for those terrible Republicans, everything would be fine. The fraud situation in Minnesota is not the fault of Republicans. Although if any Republican is involved in fraud, I say throw them in jail. You knew the fraud was happening. You supported the fraudsters. You didn't do anything about it. And it's a real issue, not only for the people of Minnesota, for all Americans, because this is happening in other places. And I want to know if it's happening in Indiana. Has anybody taken a look to see how many daycare centers we have and what kind of funding they're getting from the state or from the feds? Do these places operate? Has that happened here? Oh, Tony, you're saying they should just walk in and videotape children. Can we just see if the names of the places are spelled right? Is it Quality Learning Center or the Quality Leering Center? They spell the names wrong. They don't care. That's how brazen it was. Here's an example. In 2021, a woman by the name of Ayan Abukar, she received the Outstanding Refugee Award from the Minnesota Department of Human Services for her contributions to our state and entrepreneurship. And there's a picture of her with Tim Walz and how great that is. According to court documents, this from the IRS, Abukar and her co-defendants participated in a massive scheme to defraud the federal child nutrition program by obtaining, misappropriating, and laundering millions of dollars in program funds that were intended as reimbursements for the cost of serving meals to children. They claimed to be serving as many as 5,000 children a day. She received approximately $5.7 million in fraudulent federal child nutrition program funds. And as part of the scheme, she paid more than $330,000 in kickbacks to an employee of another fraud corporation. Now, there are times you may know people in your life and then all of a sudden realize they're engaged in some illicit activity. It's not shocking because how did I not know? How did I not see it? Right? Those kinds of things can happen. But the fraud was known in 2019. And what I'm saying is that people like Governor Tim Walz didn't care. There was no caring about it. They looked the other way because to look at it, well, that would have been racist and bigoted. So we have to look the other way because we have to show how caring and open and welcoming we are. You don't have to be welcoming with fraudsters. What the hell's wrong with everybody? What is the... Guys, you don't have to be welcoming with fraudsters. You don't. No. And you're allowed to have a standard. You're allowed to have a standard with the people you work with. You're allowed to have a standard with your friends. You ever notice that sometimes you walk away from friendships because those people are just toxic? Yeah, good for you. You're not supposed to live with that. You're supposed to be like, I deserve better than that. Gotta go. Bye-bye. In Minnesota, the fraudsters got an embrace because, no, we can't actually go look. That might be bigoted. We never discussed the importance of having a standard and others claiming that that is bigoted. Let them claim what they want. I don't hang out with people who defraud my fellow citizen. I don't talk to those people. I don't hang out with guys who talk smack about their wives, which I think is a really weird thing to do, guys. It's super weird. Guys do it all the time. Stop. It doesn't make you look good. Oh, and ladies, you do it more. And you're wrong. Don't sit there and denigrate your husband. If you're denigrating your husband, you should be spending that time working on your marriage. Tony, what's with you? It's just something that I find disgusting. So I said so. Now, let's see who I hang out with and whether or not they still talk to me. Oh, this is a fun sociological experiment. That's number one. Secondly, a Maduro update. He pleads not guilty. He's screaming in court that he is a decent man and the president of his country. He's not the president of his country. Stole elections. Strong man of his country. He's pleading not guilty to the drug charges. The next time he's in a court is in March, and that's going to give people a lot of agita. So you capture this guy. Now he's in a jail cell, and now he doesn't get a trial until March? Yeah, that's the way that one's going to go down, and I think that is going to bother some people. The people who are bothered by Maduro being arrested, well, that's a different thing. If you want to ask the constitutional question, go right ahead. Where is that great debate? There doesn't seem to be one. Why? Because the left seems to understand that the president has this authority. You're not dealing with somebody who's the duly elected president, so therefore the rules regarding world leaders do indeed not exist, or at least are very much thwarted. Now you're saying this person has been engaged in this activity against these Americans, and therefore I have this authority. That's the argument. And Trump's got history on his side and precedent on his side, and the left has anger and screaming on their side. But as I've said, the issue here, if they were talking just about the legality, would be one thing. They're screaming that Maduro should be in power. They're angry that their guy isn't in power. And for that, they have lost the American people. They've lost the plot. They're supportive of Maduro and the destruction of the Venezuelan people. Holy hell, I've got Ana Navarro cheering the capture of Maduro. You think I can make that up? I would have no possible way of making this up.
Your question, who voted for this? The people in South Florida. The Venezuelan community, the Cuban American community, the Nicaraguan American community voted for this. And for us, this is a very, very happy day when we see a dictator who has been part of oppressing and abusing the Venezuelan people for 25 years.
That's on The View, to which Whoopi Goldberg and Sunny Hostin are still angry. You know, we can quote Evans say it. The left is not just wrong; they're wrong as wrong can be. But the quote will come back to something we say on this show. What we discuss, guys, all the time. The left always overplays their hand. They couldn't just stick to a legal conversation. Their party is so broken that they support Maduro. They support a communist regime. Because it's not so secretly what they want. It is what is. And finally, just the updates out of Iran. It now seems to be to a place of common knowledge that the Ayatollah is looking for the exits. That if these protests do indeed continue, the Ayatollah believes he has lost his grip on the populace. This is a little different than things in our recent past. We have seen these things come and go, a rise of anger, and then it falls off because the people are stifled and there is no help and there's no support coming from anybody else. And I don't necessarily think that support has to be troops on the ground or anything like that. I'm saying that support has to be vocalized. Well, they got more than vocalized when the United States worked with Israel and engaged the bombing raid of the nuclear facilities, seriously damaging the Ayatollah's credibility, seriously damaging the Ayatollah himself. Never mind the Israeli attacks on IRGC and others taking out these people who are sponsors of terrorism. If indeed these protests continue, which are getting not much coverage, because why would you want to cover the fact that the world is changing for the better under Donald Trump? Why in the world would you ever cover that fact? One has to keep watching, because if these protests do continue and the Ayatollah is actually allowed to escape, there's a real question of who takes him, right? He's been talking about, the conversation's been about, will he go to Moscow? Has anybody questioned whether Putin actually wants him? Does he want that heat? There's a real question there. He would have gone to Venezuela, but that's over. Keep searching, keep watching Iran. That's a story that isn't going away. Matt Bear's out today. Jeremy Scott has traffic.
Well, Tony, we start things off on 70 eastbound. You're heading from County Road 525 to State Road 267. Looks like the late pickup of overnight road work taking its sweet time again. Also leaving downtown on 65 northbound. You're heavy from 21st to 29th with a crash to the two right lanes. Traffic is sponsored by B-Window. Right now, B-Window receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show. We're back at it this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And joining us in studio this afternoon, Governor Mike Braun, 93 WIBC.
Guys and ladies, you made New Year's resolutions to get back in shape. Want real results in 2026?
Go to Centergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. GetMyHealthFix.com.
Hey, how would you like to get a 20% upfront bonus when you invest your money? Not only do you get a 20% bonus, you'll also get an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. Hey, it's Hammer Nigel. Discover how you could get an upfront 20% bonus plus an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. One more time, an annual return that's averaged 10% for the past 10 years.
Learn more from the retirement guy that we trust, Bill Demery, right here in Indy. Give him a call, 317-648-5120. Get an upfront 20% bonus on your money and an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. Plus, you'll sleep well at night knowing it's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed, or your money back. No matter how many times you failed in the past, this hypnosis is guaranteed to work.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
What are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Only $59.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Hypnosis Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He's still on the hook for all that fraud being committed in his state. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 49 degrees. We're going up to 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz dropped his re-election bid Monday as the state looks into a fraud scandal. The Trump administration says Somali migrants ran fake daycare centers to launder money to overseas terrorist groups.
The scale of the fraud that the Trump administration, with the help of great independent journalists like Nick Shirley, is uncovering right now is surely shocking.
That's White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt on Fox News last night.
But President Trump has been calling out Tim Walz for his incompetence and corrupt leadership for a very long time. And Trump was right about everything.
And Walz is scheduled to testify before Congress this week and again next month about the fraud investigations. Democrats say the Trump administration is singling out Minnesota's Somali community by threatening to revoke citizenship and deport people. Deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife showed up in a New York courtroom Monday and defiantly pleaded not guilty to the charges they're facing.
Maduro saying, "My name is President Nicolas Maduro Moros, President of Venezuela. I am here kidnapped, and I am here since January 3rd, Saturday. I was captured at my home in Caracas, Venezuela. I am innocent. I am not guilty. I am a decent human." But Attorney General Pam Bondi says the Maduros are responsible for many deaths and should face justice.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reports that Maduro and his wife are scheduled to appear in court again on March 17th. And Netflix is dropping a behind-the-scenes look at the final season of Stranger Things. One last adventure, the making of Stranger Things 5 hits the streamer on January 12th. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Evansville-based Wellborn Foundation has received approval from the Indiana Department of Insurance to launch a multi-employer welfare arrangement, or MIWA, designed specifically for Indiana nonprofits to address the rising cost of health care for employees. The foundation says through the MIWA, organizations can pool their resources to access more affordable and sustainable health care options, says CEO Pat Creech.
Most nonprofit organizations either aren't large enough or have significant enough budgets to be able to provide high quality and affordable health care.
In the business of sports, the city of Fort Wayne is set to host the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds of the NCAA Division III men's basketball tournament in March. 8 teams will compete at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. Fort Wayne has hosted 5 Division III men's championships since 2019, with each event generating an average economic impact of $1.8 million for the city. Housing solutions. Thrive West Central is seeking proposals from builders to construct 28 single-family homes in an initiative that the organization believes will boost property values and encourage further investment in an Eastside Terre Haute neighborhood. A 2022 analysis noted that the West Central region of Indiana has an aging housing stock, a mismatch of supply and demand, and very little new construction. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Indiana artists looking to turn their creative ideas into a viable business now have an opportunity to gain business knowledge through the Vision and Venture program, recently launched by the Indiana Arts Commission. The Vision and Venture program is designed for creatives with less than 1 year of business experience. It's a 6-week virtual series that places artists at the center of business strategy discussions, helping them to create strategic plans and learn marketing skills to build successful creative enterprises. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
A little bit better news on 70 eastbound right around the Plainfield Rest area. All lanes are open, no delays. You might see a little tight spot approaching State Road 267, but that's about it. Other than that, 65 northbound is a parking lot at this time from 16th all the way over to 29th. That's all due to a crash blocking the 2 right lanes. Hopefully they'll be cleared shortly. Traffic is sponsored by B-Window. Right now, B-Window receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with Traffic on the 5. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:35. We check on the sports. Ryan Hedrick, what's happening?
Tony, good morning. It was a tale of 2 seasons. Indianapolis Colts owner and CEO Carly Gordon called it that Monday afternoon and announced that she'll keep general manager Chris Ballard and head coach Shane Steichen despite the team's second half collapse.
We have been very clear with Chris and Shane that giving them another opportunity means that the sense of urgency for them to deliver and perform has never been higher. Chris and Shane are both capable of facing this challenge head on.
The Colts lost 7 straight games to end the season. The top-ranked IU football team is 2 wins away from its first ever national title. Running back Kaylon Black says the Hoosiers will have to get past Oregon in its tough defensive line in the college football playoff semifinal in Atlanta Friday.
Great linebacking core, and those guys just seem to play like really fast, especially in the back end as well. We definitely have our hands full this week.
And Friday's game kicks off at 7:30. IU is a 4-point favorite, if you're wondering. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, with my wife Michelle, attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds, and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. He smoked 2 packs a day, and nothing worked until Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food, crazy, enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick Hypnosis really works?
It's amazing. I can breathe again. My blood pressure went down, and I've got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings. January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking at 8. Or January 31st, Holiday Inn Express Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m. Stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business. Trust me. Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
So what to make of Carly Gordon's explanation of keeping Ballard and keeping Steichen and saying now they know that the pressure is on, that the urgency, the sense of urgency has never been higher. Chris and Shane are both capable of facing this challenge head on and finding a way to achieve the results that our fans deserve, which is winning games, getting to the postseason, and ultimately winning championships. If they don't make the playoffs next year, what gets said? But I think the better question is, why stay? Staying involves a couple of things, one would assume, including the idea that there's something here that I like, there's something here that I believe can work, and there's nothing else out there. Which is an interesting question. We talk about they got to go. Who else is out there? Who else can you use? And maybe the answer is no one. There's absolutely no one out there to hire. There have been a lot of people who have been, all through the league, but in the end, they don't provide a value. You don't feel that they can give you what you want. So when you have no other options, sometimes you stay with what you have. I believe the expression is the devil you know. Maybe that's what we're dealing with here. I like hearing her say that she's PO'd. I like that very much. I have often said of this team and of this franchise, listen, I'm not in charge. I don't know how the inner workings go. But it seems obvious that the fan base is not a top priority. I believe this under Jim Irsay. Right now, I'm believing this still. But I hold out the very possible reality of the fan base may be super angry. The problem for her as an owner is there was no place else to turn. So, all right, on to 2026, huh? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
It's Terry Stacy, and thousands of people start the year with good intentions of losing weight and getting in shape by spring. For over 22 years, Exercising has helped Hoosiers build muscle and lose weight and transform their health, which means creating lifelong habits rather than a resolution most of us don't keep. Exercising works, and the best part about it, it only takes 20 minutes once a week. Their unique training method was developed in an osteoporosis research study to help prevent bone mineral loss in older women. The women in the study got very strong in a short amount of time. When the method is applied to normal, healthy adults, both men and women get a lot stronger. Their Simple 9 nutritional program has helped their clients lose over 40,000 pounds since 2013. They've also seen their clients lower blood pressure, improve blood sugar, and get off prescription meds. Get started right now. Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and Zionsville. Change your life in 20 minutes once a week. Go to exercising.com to request a free consultation.
Tristan Fliss, IT support manager at Out of Door Academy, relies on applied innovation and paper-cut software to manage his fleet of printers.
It has taken the stress of completely managing 30 to 35 copiers on a day-to-day basis off of the department that I work for and put it into the hands of technicians that really know the equipment and know how to troubleshoot and fix it in a timely and efficient manner.
Would you recommend applied innovation and paper-cut?
Would I? 100%.
What would you tell other IT professionals about applied innovation?
That if they're looking for a company with great technology, great hardware, great customer service, and fast response time so that they don't have any downtime or little to no downtime, that Applied Innovation would be the company to look at.
Applied Innovation. Office technology made simple from a partner you can trust. Call today 800-521-0983 or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Pat Sullivan here. Fire emergency? I've had one. If you do, call Michaelis. Owner Richard Michaelis explains why.
Michaelis is local and family owned. 39 years of experience with 24/7, 365 response. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified, restoring your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
And Michaelis helps you through the insurance process, giving you peace of mind. Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Mark your calendar for January 24th at the Hyatt Regency for a night of insight and flair with Tony Katz. Trump 1 year later. VIP and GA tickets are available. WIBC.com for more info. Presented by Defiance Beef Company, Premier Arms and Chimney Solutions.
From the leader in Venezuela to an inmate in New York City.
93 WIBC.
That's where Nicolas Maduro, captured in that U.S. operation Saturday, is jailed.
What happens next?
Set to face charges that he ran a multi-billion-dollar drug operation.
Happens here.
Flooded our country with hundreds
hundreds of tons of cocaine.
Stay in the know
Without having a member of our military killed, it's going to go down in history.
while you're on the go.
We need access to the oil.
The president has talked about taking Greenland before.
We need Greenland from a national security.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Traffic on the 5s. Jeremy Scott in for Matt Bear. What are we looking at?
Tony, if you're traveling on 65 northbound out of downtown, it's still pretty heavy from 21st all the way over to 29th. Looks like all lanes are open after that earlier crash in the 2 right lanes. Rest of your roads, really not looking too bad to start off our Tuesday morning. Traffic is sponsored by B-Window. Right now, B-Window will receive up to 60% off, plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center, and we are streaming on the YouTubes. If you want to check out the show and get in the chat room, youtube.com/WIBC. The time is 6:45. I have no real take on whether Brownsburg becomes a city instead of a town. I would only like for Brownsburg to quite simply start treating small business better. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It makes no difference to me, right? I can't say I have a level of expertise in whether or not this should take place. What I can tell you is that they engage construction in Brownsburg and they don't worry about whether businesses are affected. They seem to not have an interest in the future of small business in Brownsburg. I think that this is not something that should be aspired to. I think this is something that should be fixed, corrected. You need the small stuff. You want the large stuff. It is the mix of things. I don't want to have to teach you your business. I'm not interested in, calling out, oh, look at Brownsburg. And no, that's not my style. But it is certainly rational to say, here's what I've observed. And what I've observed is you don't treat small business well. And small business matters. Now, this is a different conversation than what we see on a state level, where there seems to be a real opposition to large-scale business. When we take a look at what the state is doing and how the state is progressing, there is this desire to not have growth. Certainly, that is how they have presented themselves. If Dave Adams, the Secretary of Commerce, or others want to disagree with that, the broad administration wants to disagree with that, they can. I'll point to how you have positioned yourself, how you have engaged. And it is not with an eye towards, nor any feeling that growing as a state has value. Those are just the facts. And growing as a state has value. Growth matters. Growth is good. There are some places that want to stay sleepy, quiet little towns. I can't necessarily stop them from doing that. But certainly, I can't have a state of that. Who could? Who would want it? That's a bad idea. Everywhere you go, you're saying, oh, look at the opposition to the data centers. I think the people who are opposed to data centers have done a very, very good job of boogeymanning data centers. None of these places have then asked, okay, no data center, what do we get? What happens? How do we grow? How do we build? What is our industry? What is the industry? Nothing? It's just a no to everything? No, saying no to everything makes you Rand Paul or Thomas Massey. I ask you, is that what you want in your life? Something has to work. Everybody's opposed to LEAP. Are you opposed to LEAP, or are you opposed to how LEAP got rolled out? A terrible job done by Eric Holcomb. An unforgivable job by Eric Holcomb. as a concept, a place where we can see investment and opportunity valuable. But when you tell people, oh, this will have no effect on water, and people say this is going to have a massive effect on water, and then after you announce the thing, you're like, well, we'll do a study on the water. You patted people on the head and you told them to shut up. It was a low thing to do. But as we learned, Eric Holcomb does low things. Certainly being uncommunicative and not caring about the communication on top of that list. So we'll see what they do. I don't have a dog in the fight, right? I'll there may be thoughts in every which way. I just think Brownsburg needs to treat the small business community much, much better than they are. You should want them and you should be supportive of them. Now there's the story about Hilton. This broke yesterday that a Hampton Inn decided to cancel the reservations of ICE agents. I mean, the story broke. We were doing Tony Katz today, and all I could say is, no, they didn't do this. They're not insane enough to do this. Oh, they did this. They did this. It became a national story in about 4 seconds because Homeland Security posted the emails they got from the hotel saying, yeah, we're an inclusive place, and so we're canceling your reservations. Hilton got involved because it turns out that this was a franchisee. And Hilton said, whoa, we are not them. We are a brand. They are the franchisee. We didn't cancel nobody. We ain't canceling nothing. We want you to be here. We're so sorry this happened. We've reached out to the franchisee. This is not reflective of Hilton values. The franchisee has come out, a group called Everpeak Hospitality, and saying, whoa, this should never have happened. We've reached out to the guests. We're doing this. We're doing that. When these things were really happening yesterday, the story was that HHS never heard from nobody, right? Everyone says they're reaching out, but no one actually ever spoke to them. What happened? That's a great question. What is it that happened here? Because you could talk about law. This took place in Minnesota, right? Minnesota law says you can remove customers and guests who are causing a disturbance. I'm not saying no. If someone's screaming in the middle of the night, throw them out. Someone's not paying their bill, throw them out. Someone's causing a disturbance, throw them out. Sure. No one's arguing this. You cancel people because of where they work. You cancel the reservation because it's Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Really bad look. Super bad. And not the movie kind, just super bad. Wonder if this happens in other ways, in other places. I do. I'm curious if this has taken place elsewhere. And this is just the first time we're hearing of the story. The look for Hilton is just terrible. Just a headache that they didn't deserve. And when I posted the story, I was kind of thrilled to see there were a lot of people responding saying, yeah, this is messed up, but I'm pretty positive that this isn't the fault of Hilton. This is just on the franchisee, and the Hilton people shouldn't get our derision. Like, there was a bunch of those. It's nice to see people being able to say, wait a second, we could do two things at once. This is wrong, but this isn't the group to blame. This is the group to blame. Now, if nothing happens regarding the franchisee or anybody who did this, well, that would be something. But yeah, we can make that determination. Hilton does not engage this behavior. A franchisee did, and the franchisee may have not engaged the behavior an employee did. The franchisee and Hilton are still responsible ultimately. They have to take the heat. But there may be no need for any other upset. We found this out. We said, what the heck? They corrected. Which I kind of like because that's normal. And if we're getting back to normal, that's good. Matt Bear is out today. Jeremy Scott has traffic on the 5s. Jeremy Scott, what's going on?
Well, Tony, the good news is that earlier crash on 65 northbound 29th, that is gone, but unfortunately, you are seeing some slowdowns from the north split. Also, 465 eastbound tight approaching Meridian on the city's north side, and 65 northbound starting to tighten up approaching the south split. Traffic is sponsored by B-Window. Right now at B-Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 a month, same as cash is 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
A house or business fire is something you never want to think of. But should it happen, think fast. Think Michaelis. Over 35 years of rebuilding lives and spirits at the same time. No one comes more respected or as fast. Trust the ones the insurance companies trust. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Hammer and Nigel show. We're back at it this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And joining us in studio this afternoon, Governor Mike Braun, 93 WIBC.
When Dugan Air began servicing Johnson, Shelby, Bartholomew, Brown, Morgan, and Marion County over 17 years ago, they focused on a great customer experience. That has grown into the Dugan difference. Dugan is always looking to go above and beyond for their customers, consistently giving top-notch service every time. You will be taken care of. Dugan Air is your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer. Go DuganAir.com. Go DuganAir.com. Dugan Air.
Premium service, no shenanigans. Hey, this is Rob. It's the story nobody's talking about, but everybody should. We're going to do our best. It's the Mid-States Corridor Project. We'll tell you all you need to know. Tuesday, 9 to noon, 93 WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes, the new direction for the Indianapolis City County Council and why Republicans aren't happy about it, why so many Hoosiers are against a data center in Shelbyville, what the owner and CEO of the Indianapolis Colts is saying about the team's direction next year, and what Indy airport leaders are doing for IU football fans. After Fox News from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis at 7 o'clock.
Same briefing, different reaction. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. To what the Secretaries of War and State and others told congressional leaders in private last night about Saturday's operation that captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife. Fox's Gernal Scott has more.
House Speaker Mike Johnson said it was all justified.
This is not a regime change. This is a demand for change of behavior by a regime.
But the Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, says he still has more questions than answers, describing any plan to run Venezuela as
vague, based on wishful thinking, and unsatisfying.
All House lawmakers and senators will get a briefing tomorrow. Maduro remains jailed in Brooklyn, New York, the morning after, as Fox's Madeline Rivera reports, he pleaded not guilty to narco-terrorism, drug and weapons charges in federal court.
Saying, my name is President Nicolas Maduro Moros, president of Venezuela. I am here kidnapped. I was captured at my home in Caracas, Venezuela. I am innocent. I am not guilty. I am a decent human. But Attorney General Pam Bondi says the Maduros are responsible for many deaths and should face justice.
We know that this monster released countless defendants, prisons, insane asylums into our country. It's not just about drugs.
Ukraine's president has just arrived in Paris for a meeting between the U.S. and our allies trying to stop Russia's war, focused on security guarantees for Ukraine that American ambassador to NATO Matt Whitaker tells Fox
frees up the Ukrainians and President Zelensky to go and make the final deal as part of the 20-point plan with Russia. And so, you know, we're really very far down the road.
Opening statements will be this morning in Texas in the first trial after the 2022 massacre at Uvalde Elementary School. Former school police officer Adrian Gonzalez charged with child endangerment and abandonment. It took law enforcement over an hour to breach the classroom to finally kill the gunman who had murdered 19 students and 2 teachers. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A new direction for the City County Council. Clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 49 degrees. We're going up to 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. The Indianapolis City County Council has a new leader. Her name is Maggie Lewis. She was formally selected as the council president during last night's meeting, a move that had been expected since the Democratic caucus nominated her last year. Councilor John Barth was also chosen to serve as vice president. Republican City County Councilor Michael Paul Hart hopes the council can move past what he calls a rubber stamp mentality and start delivering real results for people living in Indy.
It hurts constituents, right? There's things like we haven't had constituent management software the entire going into 7 years, and there's nothing that we have for that. We have 3 members that support 25 people within our council office. I mean, we control the budget, but we're not setting us up for success and setting up our constituents for success.
And the Republican caucus criticized the council's decision to elect Lewis, saying it's time to move in a new direction. The Shelbyville City Council has approved plans to annex about 400 acres east of the city for a proposed data center complex. The meeting was packed and almost everyone spoke out against the decision.
It's not that we don't want progress in Shelbyville. We are very open to good progress, but we feel that the siting is wrong and that the data centers offer all kinds of environmental impacts as well as health and safety impacts.
That woman just one of a long line of people speaking to Wish TV. California-based developer Prologis plans to build about 13 data center buildings on the site, but hasn't named a tenant yet. The proposal will go before the Shelbyville Plan Commission for a public meeting Wednesday night at 7 at the Shelbyville High School Auditorium. The tough conversation from Indianapolis Colts co-owner Carly Ursay Jr.
You're right to be frustrated with how the latter part of our season went. I'm pissed. We are all pissed. Every season is unique, and this season really was a tale of 2 seasons in one.
Her name is Carly Ursay Gordon. My apologies. And with that said, she's talking about retaining head coach Shane Steichen and general manager Chris Ballard, who will be back next season, despite a collapse in the second half, which resulted in a 7-game losing streak and the team missing the playoffs for the 5th year in a row. The staff at the Indianapolis International Airport says they're trying to make travel to the Peach Bowl easier for IU football fans. Here's John Herrick.
Those fans will now have a total of 13 nonstop flights to choose from to get them to and from Atlanta, Georgia, which is where the Hoosiers will play the Oregon Ducks Friday night. American, Delta, and Southwest Airlines are all adding nonstop flights that will depart on January 8th from Indianapolis and then return on January 10th. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
College basketball, Butler and St. John's tonight from Hinkle Fieldhouse. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. Here's Jeremy Scott.
All right, we'll start things off on the south side where 65 northbound is heavy approaching the south split. Once you continue on at 65 northbound after the north split, you're tight out to Meridian. 70 westbound is heavy approaching the north split. You're also seeing delays southbound 65-70 at Washington. Also 465 eastbound tight coming off at 865 and then again approaching Meridian. Traffic is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. We're going to look for lots of clouds for the day today. Maybe a little bit of patchy drizzle north of Indianapolis. Despite the cloud cover, it's going to be mild with highs near 54. Partly cloudy skies overnight tonight. Lows will fall to 37 and we'll climb close to 50 degrees on Wednesday and look for some sunshine. Upper 50s and lower 60s for Thursday and Friday, but we'll look for some showers and maybe even a few rumbles of thunder.
Tara Hastings right there, Wish TV meteorologist. Will she be there January 24th? Trump 1 year later, the highs, the lows, how we win the midterms. We don't know. That is a mystery. Will she be a special guest or will she just be too special for the rest of us? Find out January 24th, tickets.tonykatz.com. This thing is going to get, with everything that happened with Maduro, this thing just got far bigger. Far bigger. There is so much to discuss this last year and how you win the midterms. I want you there. Put on the red tie. Cocktail tire is welcome. Just wear pants. That's all I can ask for. I was talking to you about that, Tara. Tickets.tonykatz.com. You can go to WIBC.com and get your tickets as well. Tara Hastings, will you be there?
I am looking at my calendar. I'm going to keep everybody in suspense.
So you don't even have to tell us you're looking at your calendar.
Right.
You just say, I'm keeping you in suspense.
I'm going to
you'll
keep
have
you
to
in
show up
suspense.
to see.
That's right. To show up to see.
Great job. Great job. You're right.
You're welcome.
You sold it there. Something fierce is what you did. That was incredible. Everybody's like, well, now I gotta go. Because Tara's so invested.
Mm-hmm.
God almighty. Tara Hastings, not helpful whatsoever.
Nope.
Wish TV meteorologist. Tickets.tonykatz.com, WIBC.com. Get the tickets. Make it happen. Make it happen. I want to see you there. It's going to be an incredible night. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to love it. Downtown Indianapolis Hyatt Regency. Security is there. You're in, you're out, all under roof. Perfectly safe. Can't wait to see you there. Tickets.tonykatz.com, WIBC.com. We have got 46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:08. So there's a story at WIBC.com about property taxes. And I have heard members of the General Assembly talk about this repeatedly. And what they're saying is that this year, you're going to see good things regarding property taxes, you're going to see the number go down. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. WIBC spoke with Representative Danny Lopez, who's been on this show, and we talked about and absolutely supported during the election when you had members of the Indy Star going and attacking for his recognition that boys are not girls and girls are not boys. And we agreed about a series of things. It's what happens. It's okay. I think he was wrong in terms of redistricting. But the argument here is that when you take a look at what happens with this, what they passed with property taxes, in 2026, homesteads will receive a property tax credit of 10% up to $300 off their total bill. The 2/3 deduction, the law begins, as is written here, phasing in this increase to the supplemental homestead deduction, and by 2031, homeowners will be able to deduct 2/3 of their home's assessed value from their taxable total. They're banking on that. That what people start seeing is a result that makes them say, okay, things are better. Part of the story of this administration so far, and on a personal level, I like Braun. He's not afraid to come on the shows. He's on with Hammer and Nigel later today. That's good. That's respectable. But the answers are not always clear. The answers often engage a tremendous amount of obfuscation. If the administration has a problem with this, whatever. You know I'm right, guys. So what are we arguing? What we don't have is a proof in this last year. If we're going to review Braun's first year, there wasn't a sense of organization where you could point to property taxes, you could point to redistricting, economics, the economic growth. Where is the Braun administration in having not only a clear message, but clear control of the message and people buying into it? They have not been able to present that. And you could actually extrapolate that out more than just Braun and say it's the Indiana GOP. It's an issue. And Democrats should be able to take advantage of this, but they're the Indiana Democrats, and they can't because they can't focus on Indiana because they're too busy doing whatever it is the national party says to do, engaging in absolute nonsense and utter stupidity. You could not have come across as more of a fake candidate pretending to be a Hoosier than Bo Bai. Sorry, I mean, he might be a nice dude in real life, but those first commercials, those first ads, those first videos, we get it. You have a lot of Indiana-based sweatshirts in your collection. It was awful. You had, it's freaking Diego Morales you're running against. You can't put this one together? And the answer is no, they can't. They can't. They can't be normal. They can't put it together. So the Republicans are a default. I just think there's a better messaging to give and deliver. And what they're hoping is that with the property taxes, that this is the year they can say, see, this is what we meant. The problem is you're telling people what you meant. You should have explained to them what was happening. Because how it came across, you promised one thing and you did another and you screwed them over and you didn't give a damn. And the General Assembly, if Republicans can't understand that, then I don't know what else to do. Then again, these were the people who have said to me, you can't run a candidate in every race. It's just not feasible. When everybody knows you run a candidate in every race. How do you think Democrats have won here? They just stay at it. There's a lesson to be learned. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Hi, my name's Robin Fletcher. I've smoked for 46 years. I went to a seminar in March of 27 and seen Mark. My best friend came with me. We both went to it, and neither one of us smoked a cigarette in almost 7.5 months. I took my 3 sisters and my brother-in-law and my sister's best friend and them went. None of them have smoked a cigarette, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
My name is Jen Carpenter. I went to a Mark Patrick seminar, the Stop Smoking, and it worked. A friend of mine also went, and he still no longer smokes, and it was just amazing.
Lose Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed. Only $59.99. Don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all or your money back. Stop the cravings and stop smoking for good. Stop smoking hypnosis begins at 8 p.m. on Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville, or at 2 p.m. on Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up today at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Jeremy Scott in for Matt Bear. What's going on?
Well, Tony, things are starting to heat up just a little bit. We'll start on the northeast side. We're 69 southbound heavy from 82nd into the 465. Actually, that's all the way back now to 106th Street, so amazing how quick that changes. Eastbound 465 on the north side, slow coming off at 865. And then again, as you are approaching the Meridian exit, onto 65 northbound, we are heavy for approaching the 465 interchange, and then again from Raymond into the south split. And finally, from the north split all the way over to Meridian. Traffic is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:15.
BMW, Mercedes-Benz, VW, Audi, Mini, Porsche. Names that mean quality, performance, and usually a dreadful service experience. You know you can't take your car just anywhere, but you may not know you can get the same quality service and parts without going to a dealership. Enter Auto House Merkel. Everything from routine service to performance tuning is handled with care by technicians who specialize in German vehicles, using only OEM parts or equivalent at a lower cost and less hassle than the dealership. Book service now at AutohouseMerkel.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Indiana winters are when serious plumbing problems show up. Frozen pipes, no hot water, backed up drains. Indiana winters deserve a real local Indiana plumber. Hey, it's Denny Smith, and at my house I use LD Smith Plumbing and Drains. Real local people answering your call who live, work, and play here. And they're specialists. All they do is water. Call the company I trust, LD Smith Plumbing and Drains, 317-927-7186, ldsmithplumbing.com.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Ready for the popcorn moment, but first, let's turn this up a little.
My only worry was for Christmas, what would be my toy? Even though we sometimes would not get a thing, we were happy with the joy the day would bring. Sneaking out the back door, hang out with those hoodlum friends of mine.
I hope you don't mind, everybody. It's just kind of struck a chord. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Oh, don't put that anywhere, producer Carl. What's happening? Quick little dance break. I'm all in. Everybody sing it. to you by Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. If it's inside your four walls, you call Booher people. They're going to take that space that's outdated, that space that's not working for your family, that space that's just, I don't know. And why is it even there? What is its function? And actually do something with it. Make it work for you and your family. This is what Booher does. Their 5-step design process means you don't panic, you don't stress, you know exactly what's happening every step of the way. And what's happening? Everything you've wanted. Your idea is turned into reality. The best material, the most skilled craftsmen, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Booher, fantastic people. They deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude. Talk to Booher Remodeling today about your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement. Yeah, these are your remodeling people. You've got a guy. Booher, 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Booher. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. I shouldn't have said before. Because it's like it's the first time I'm doing this. The Indy Star had a story about the FBI thwarting an ISIS-inspired plot at an Indiana school. Very interesting that the FBI put out a summary. It got posted January 5th. So yesterday, at some point in 2025, according to the reporting, FBI agents, quote, disrupted an ISIS-inspired plot targeting a central Indiana high school through rapid coordination with local partners. Now, there's no release of the school, the town, or anything else. Now, what they did say is, here's the quote from Chris Bavender, FBI spokesperson. Because the student had immediate access to firearms, FBI Indianapolis worked closely with the high school and our local law enforcement partner to remove all firearms from the house, and the student was expelled from school. DOJ did not file charges as the individual is a juvenile. So we know two things. It was a high school. Someone was expelled. You can figure it out from there. It can be done. Now, the idea that no charges were filed, even I say, yeah, I don't think I care that they were a juvenile. That's a real issue. And what do you mean ISIS-inspired? Over there at the Indy Star, they note that Mooresville and Westfield had high-profile threat investigations in 2025, but they are believers that it doesn't match up with the details in the FBI report. So, what happened here, we don't have an answer for. Indy Star reached out to IMPD, Southport Speedway Police, and they're like, they didn't have any such threat. Beech Grove did not immediately respond for a comment. That doesn't mean they did. ISIS-inspired. What do you do with that information? And what does it refer to? Does ISIS-inspired mean that someone saw some nonsense on TV or in a video and said, you know, it's a good idea? Or did someone at the age of 16 decide that they were converting and they were a true believer and start growing a beard? The terminology leaves a lot in the desirability phase of what this meant. I only hope we dig a little deeper here. I don't think this is the kind of thing that we shouldn't know about. I'll bring it on to some of the audio I've got for you. A little bit of truth from Scott Jennings when it comes to the disapproval of the capture of Nicolas Maduro.
A recent Washington Post poll finds Americans pretty evenly split on the operation over the weekend. 40% approve, 42% disapprove, 18% are unsure. When it comes to who should decide the future leadership of Venezuela, 94% say the Venezuelan people, 6% say the United States. One thing I have to say is, like, this was a very successful military operation. The idea that 42 disapprove is a higher number than I would think. It says to me that the American people are thinking not just about this operation, but maybe more about also, well, what comes next.
So that's Jake Tapper. Can't believe that 42% would disapprove. You know exactly what Scott Jennings on CNN is going to say. You know exactly what he's going to say, because in this, while Scott's a rather bright cat and he handles himself with aplomb, you're right there with him. You know why that number is what it is.
Well, also it's Trump. I mean, 42% of the American people would oppose it if he cured cancer personally in the Oval Office tonight. I mean, there is a reflexive opposition to Trump. It is the entire platform of the Democratic Party, and to the extent that that's how their leadership tells them to act, that's how the Democratic grassroots are going to see it. You see,
fact, done, complete, finished, absolutely true. It's why all these trolls on social media and everywhere else, they don't mean anything. They don't matter. They're opposed to everything. They don't think about anything. Let me give you an example. Ryan Hedrick, he does the news. You've seen pictures. He was talking about a story earlier, which I didn't see at WIBC.com, might now be there, about the removal of taxes on, what was it? It was, on utilities. There was a whole conversation about whether or not utilities should be taxed. And I only hope he gets into it in this bottom of the hour news break. I don't know if that was Republicans who are asking about this or if it's Democrats who are asking about this. But I would like to take a strong look at not taxing utilities. When Carrie Hamilton, I believe her name is Carrie Hamilton, Democrat, Indianapolis, pushed forward legislation to say no tax on diapers. This was a few years ago. We were in full approval. And I never understood why the General Assembly didn't go forward. They waited until they had some kind of, I think there was a special session and they passed that along with some other things. Republicans should have been all over that saying, yes, finally a Democrat making sense. We're all in. This is great. And also let's end the taxes on these 9 things. A good idea is a good idea. You got to actually listen to people. But the political left doesn't listen because they have been programmed and told that anything Trump does is bad and anybody who supports him is bad or is a Nazi and punch a Nazi and all that crap. This is why these people cannot be allowed to win elections. That's why we need to win the midterms. That's why I want you to join me January 24th. Tickets.TonyKatz.com, because I'm going to discuss how we do it, how we take the past year and we turn this into victory. Join me, have some bourbon, have the food. Thanks to Premier Arms and PA Jewelers. Thanks to Chimney Solutions, Indiana. Thanks to Defiance Beef. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Go to WIBC.com or get your tickets. You could do both. I want to see you there January 24th. It's going to be amazing. The bourbon's going to flow. We're going to go over all of this. Matt Bear's out today. Jeremy Scott has traffic.
Tony, we got a lot of delays popping up real quickly. Southbound 65 crawling for the County Road 550 exit all the way over to the 865 exit. Reports of a crash in that stretch. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Wheat Grow Hair Indy. You know, champions just don't show up. They pick the right team to get the best results. And when it comes to restoring your hair, We Grow Hair Indy is that team. You know, 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy. And every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I did. You know, guys at the top of their game, radio personalities, coaches, and well-known athletes have all trusted We Grow Hair Indy to restore their hair. Why? Because their results are permanent, natural, and speak for themselves. Here's what you do. You call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule a totally free, no-hassle, no-obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy, will take a look at what's going on top of your head and make some suggestions on how you can get your hair and your confidence back. Then it's up to you. In the meantime, see some other folks who have made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. 317-522-2995, 317-522-2995.
Applied Innovation customer Tom Cripps, CFO with Hungerford CPAs and Advisors, depends heavily on Applied Innovation during tax season for copiers, printers, and also secure shredding services.
We have a heavy need during tax season for a lot of documents that we need to confidentially dispose of.
Applied Innovation keeps your business up and running during critical times?
Absolutely. I mean, they've been great, and the service has been second to none.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple from a partner you can trust.
Bottom line benefit is fast service, keeping the business up and running in efficient times and times that we need to get things done quickly. And I would say that trust relationship with Applied that they've provided with us and us with them, that we can count on them when we need to.
Applied Innovation, people you can count on. Call today 800-521-0983 or visit appliedinnovation.com. Applied Innovation, fast, friendly, amazing.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joiner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joiner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana, and the best place to start is joinerhomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joiner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes, and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joiner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at joinerhomes.com.
Hammer and Nigel show. We're back at it this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And joining us in studio this afternoon, Governor Mike Braun, 93 WIBC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
She says the person in line to replace Maduro is just as bad. Radar clear in downtown Indianapolis where it's 49 degrees. We're going up to 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez took the oath as interim president after U.S. forces captured ousted leader Nicolas Maduro over the weekend.
Delcy Rodriguez, as you know, is one of the main architects of torture, persecution, corruption, narco trafficking. She's the main ally and liaison with Russia, China, Iran.
And that is Venezuelan operation leader Maria Corina Machado on Fox News last night after President Trump said Saturday that he doesn't know if she has the respect to be the country's next leader. She is currently living in Norway, where she accepted the Nobel Peace Prize last year. Hilton Hotels says it's looking into an independent operator after the property told immigration agents that they weren't welcome there.
Homeland Security posted screenshots of an email from staff with a Hilton account. It read, "We've noticed an influx of reservations made for Homeland Security, and we are not allowing ICE or immigration agents to stay at the property. It's a Hampton Inn in Minneapolis." Assistant Homeland Security Secretary Tricia McLaughlin called it unacceptable. After initially saying they were investigating, Hilton said this independently owned hotel has now apologized and said it's not in keeping with their policies. Hilton says their properties are open to everyone and that they do not tolerate discrimination.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal reporting. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting says they're shutting down. On Monday, the board voted to close the organization, pointing to lost federal funding and what they say are ongoing political attacks. For nearly 60 years, the corporation helped support educational and cultural programs, including Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Frontline, Nova, and Masterpiece. If you've been upset with Eli Lilly's insulin prices, you're not the only one. Here's John Herrick.
Someone else who's upset with it is Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita. He's now taking legal action against Eli Lilly in order to lower insulin prices and improve health care affordability for Hoosiers. Rokita says Lilly is artificially inflating insulin prices by over 1,000%, even though manufacturing costs are low. Almost 700,000 Hoosiers have been diagnosed with diabetes, with millions more being pre-diabetic. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And General Motors says they were the top-selling car company in the U.S. in 2025. GM sold 2.85 million cars, beating Toyota with a more than 5% increase from 2024. And sports on WIBC at 7:34. If you're an Indianapolis Colts fan, chances are you're frustrated, and CEO and owner Carly Ursay Gordon knows it. At a Monday news conference, she said she's bringing back the team's GM and head coach because of what she saw this season when the team jumped out to a 7-1 start.
We really believe this decision is based on we wouldn't make it if we didn't think that Chris and Shane weren't capable of replicating what we saw in the first half of our season and being able to finish through the entire season next year.
And the Colts beat Atlanta 31-26 in overtime November 9th in Germany, and that was it. That was the end of their winning. They finished the season losing 7 straight and having missed the playoffs 5 straight seasons. IU's football team plays Oregon in the college football playoff semifinal at the Peach Bowl on Friday in Atlanta. Hoosiers running back Kalon Black says head coach Curt Cignetti leads the team and makes it easier for guys to get behind him.
He's about his business, and he's going to be serious about everything that he does, football related and even in life. He wants to see his guys improve and to make those strides to become better players, better men at the end of the day. And I'm just glad that he came to IU and instilled this philosophy in this program.
You may remember earlier this year when IU beat Oregon 30-20. That was in October on the road in Eugene. Now the Hoosiers are 2 wins away from its first ever national football title. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:35, traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Jeremy Scott?
Well, Ryan, I'm watching 2 delays on the northwest side of town, just outside of the circle of southbound 65, I should say. Heavy after State Road 267 to the 865 interchange. That's only due to reports of a crash. And we got a report of another crash northbound just after State Road 267, just before Lebanon. And everybody's slowing down through there. Also, northbound 465 on the west side, heavy from 10th Street all the way over to 38th Street. You're seeing big delays northbound 65 approaching the 465 interchange to the, and then again, as you're approaching the south split. And really, if you head to the north split, it's heavy on 70 as well. Traffic is sponsored by B-Window. Right now, B-Window will receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 7:36.
Guys and ladies, you made your New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but what happened? You don't see results and give up. If you want real results in 2026, go now to Synergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. Book now at getmyhealthfix.com. Get real about your health this new year with Synergen X and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test.
Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergen X and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with real providers, get real medication, and real results. People across Central Indy are going to Synergen X and Low T Center to change their lives. Walk in or book an appointment at getmyhealthfix.com. That's getmyhealthfix.com. Getmyhealthfix.com.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed, or your money back. No matter how many times you failed in the past, this hypnosis is guaranteed to work.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
What are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Only $59.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Hypnosis Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen,
where friendly folks can gather
Marketplace.
and raise the rafters
It's
high
not bears.
with songs and tales
It's not
of
beats.
yesteryear until
That only
they
leaves
say
one thing. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. All sorts of stuff is on the Marketplace. I bring it to you, the Marketplace segment, brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. Honestly, your money is waiting for you. And the Attorney General has it, but it ain't his money. It's yours. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Fast, easy, free to use. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Text my name, Tony, to 46220. Text Tony to 46220. And get started. Usually Matt Bear helps me with these things. Matt Bear is on assignment. Producer Carl, I have found some worthy collectibles. Some must-have collectibles for any sci-fi collector and also people who like to have fun with their morning orange juice. This is a set of 3 Battlestar Galactica drinking glasses from 1979. So this is not the series with Edward James Olmos and Katie Sackhoff that my wife can't stop watching, even though she has seen it 9 million times. Also, good morning, Boo. This is the original. This is the Dirk Benedict, Richard Hatch, Lorne Green original, and these are the glasses. There's 3 of them. They are in what looks like absolutely spectacular condition. It shows Starbuck, it shows Apollo, and of course, these Cylon warriors. Warriors. Were you a Battlestar guy, Producer Carl?
Nah, it wasn't my show. I was watching political shows when I was 9 years old.
Yeah. And let me just say for the record, everybody listening who has known you now for a while totally believes that. Every single person does. I did not watch Battlestar Galactica. I didn't. But the glasses are groovy. The problem is they're in Clayton. So you gotta like do a little bit of a drive. Or at least I do. I gotta go. I'm past Plainfield, right? I'm heading west. I'm past Plainfield. That's where I gotta go to get these. But they take cash, PayPal, or Venmo, and the set of 3 is $30. These are they're 6 inches tall. No noticeable flaws or chips. Some very minor wear due to age. That's what they say. Maybe. I'm going to give these glasses a maybe. Let me know if you're interested. I've got it posted there. If you follow me on the Twitter X at Tony Katz, Producer Carl will have it at WIBC.com. We bring you the Marketplace every single day because there's really cool stuff, and you should know about it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Scrolling all day, clickbait everywhere. But the facts, they're harder to find.
WIBC didn't just report the story, they really got into why it matters.
CEO of First American Nuclear believes we're heading into America's nuclear renaissance.
In 100 years, all successful nations will be powered by nuclear reactors. For the sake of our children, I'd like the U.S. to be one of them.
Oh, I check the WIBC website before I even open social media.
Online, on social, on air. Stay in the know while you're on the go with 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel here for Premier Weight Loss Indy, PWLindy.com, 2 different locations. And look, everybody is somewhere different in their health journey. People aren't the same, and treatments should not be the same. This is why I love Premier Weight Loss Indy. It's an in-person visit. You're going to get a consultation with a professional, and they will customize a plan specifically for you. Again, no plans are the same because people are not the same. So if you really want to take your health to the next level this year, start by going online to PWLindy.com. I lost a bunch of weight of my own, but then I hit a plateau and I couldn't lose anymore. I reached out for help. Premier Weight Loss Indy jumped in the mix, and now I'm down 16 additional pounds in 2 months. PWLindy.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Take care of your health.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss of 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Jeremy Scott in for Matt Bear. What's happening?
Well, Tony Chris Tillery letting us know on at WIBC traffic on X. At 65 northbound, the reason for that delay is some police activity in the left lane. Of course, we're hearing the crash may have happened also in that delay. Southbound, though, yeah, there is a crash there just before at the 865 interchange, I should say. Not sure what lane is blocked there. As you're traveling on 465 on the west side, northbound heavy from Washington all the way over to 38th Street. And then again, as you're approaching the 865 interchange, once you go eastbound, you're heavy from Michigan to Meridian, westbound from Ditch all the way over to Meridian. If you're traveling on the east side, eastbound, I should say, we'll start on the south side, heavy from 65 just around the corner before 74. Then northbound, you're tight from 70 all the way over into the 69 interchange of 69 southbound, slow from State Road 37. Traffic is sponsored by B-Window. Right now at B-Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
46 degrees. 46 degrees, right? Let's just say it was 46 degrees and we'll all just agree that it's 46 degrees. 47 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
Traffic and body pain can slow you down. But don't let the pain stop you. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief, so you can keep moving. Use as directed.
Celebrate in red, white, and blue with Hammer and Nigel at Woodland Bowl January 16th. They're live at 3 and bowling kicks off at 6:30. Go to WIBC.com for your chance to win tickets to the sold-out Red, White, and Bowl presented by Jack Daniels and benefiting the Bowlers to Veterans link.
So the latest story with Senator Mark Kelly is that the Pentagon is looking to have him demoted. Tony Katz 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Senator Kelly, along with Senator Slotkin of Michigan, Congressman Jason Crow, and others. They're the ones who put out this video saying, hey, military, don't listen to the President of the United States and don't follow his orders because his orders are illegal. Well, no, that's not what he said, Tony. Well, what did he say? He was reminding the military members that they don't have to follow illegal orders. Is that what he was doing? Sure. Okay. If people want to go with that, they can. If you want to engage that sophist's argument, you're welcome to. Yes. What he said is, as a reminder, you don't have to follow illegal orders. What he was saying is, don't follow the orders of the President of the United States. He was encouraging members of the military not to follow the chain of command. You don't follow illegal orders. So there they are, going in to capture Maduro. Were those illegal orders? Yes or no? Do you think one of the guys should have said, I'm not going to do that? Is this the argument of the political left? It is a nonsense argument. And what these members of Congress engaged in was disgusting and un-American. I think censure should have been in order. I think people should have been thrown out. I don't understand why we don't adhere to a standard. I didn't say you couldn't disagree with me about tax policy or foreign policy. Telling members of the military not to listen to the commander-in-chief, bah, Felicia, you're out, you're gone, you're done. We don't have to consider this anymore. It's crazed. So with these other members who have served in the military, they are not still bound by the Uniform Code of Military Justice, the UCMJ. That's not true of Senator Kelly. He is. So the War Department, Defense Department, is moving to censure him and potentially demote him, changing his rate of pension, etc. Mark Kelly is infuriated. I think that if Mark Kelly only gets censured and demoted, he got off easy. I, at first, called it treasonous. Some people said, well, that's actually not treason. Well, then you tell me what it is. Some people said it's seditious behavior. Give me a word. Disgusting, obscene, un-American, gross, beneath any sitting senator? Absolutely. Senator Kelly is not correct. He was wrong. And it isn't tough, and I'm tired of the tough guy routine. This isn't about Trump. You can be opposed to Trump's policies. You can say so. You encourage members of the military not to follow the orders of the commander-in-chief. And for that, who the hell are you? Because you served, because you were an astronaut, all impressive things. But your action here takes away from that. Because this isn't impressive. This is trying to thwart the duly elected president and trying to upend the chain of command. And simply, we can't accept this. You were wrong, Senator Kelly. You're not good, you're not kind, you're not decent, you're not somehow moral here. You're wrong. Censure and demotion, you got off easy because you should be in a jail cell. It's a weird thing that happens. You are jaywalking, you got to deal with all the consequences. They try to usurp the president, and by some, it's hero status. It's very messed up. Can't we just say that that's something we don't do? That's wrong. They were all wrong. They know what they did. Slotkin knows what he did. Crow knows what he did. Jason Crow, if you follow me on YouTube, you'll see my video up from yesterday. Donald Trump deferred military service 5 times because of bone spurs and this and that, but he's sending other people's children to harm's way in Venezuela. Donald Trump was elected twice to be president of the United States, maybe 3 times. He's the commander-in-chief. And the commander-in-chief is always sending somebody else's children to harm's way when the moment is called for. That's why they have to be well-trained. That's why they can't be engaged in any social justice nonsense. They have to be engaged solely on the mission. It's always somebody else's kid. I'm sick and tired of people who have served and haven't served saying you're sending somebody else's kid into war. Yes. Yes, that's always what happens. So you better be sure you're doing it for a good reason, which is why people elect a president to make that call. And then you better make sure they're well trained, which is why we need all the social justice nonsense ripped out of the military, and we're focused only on the mission and on the lethality, which is why, Representative Crow, you can't be in charge. But this idea that you served and therefore no one else can have an opinion, it's just nonsense, horse crap, garbage. I'll have no part of it. I didn't serve. I'll have any opinion I choose. I'm an American citizen and I'm a voter. And my opinion is you are lacking. And Senator Mark Kelly is lucky if it's only a demotion. Way too lucky. Matt Bear is out today. Jeremy Scott in the WIBC Traffic Center. What do we got?
I'll tell you, Tony, if you're coming in from the northwest, you're heavy on southbound 65 from State Road 267 to the 865 interchange with reports of a crash. That northbound police activity has been cleared off. Other than that, it's just slow everywhere, especially on 65 northbound. We got reports of another crash, this time just south of Edgewood. Traffic is sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with Traffic on the Fives. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26, new customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. See dealer for complete offer details.
Harvey, this African safari is great. We planned just right, so we'll be home for this weekend's Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show out the fairgrounds. Yeah, we were smart to get outfitted for this here safari at the last gun show. Got big game rifles, scopes, custom-loaded bullets, crossbows, knives, even a GPS. Hey, what's that sound? Oh, bet he's after cheetahs. What, Harv? No, he's not with the IRS, you dumb bunny. You hear that? That's a rogue bull elephant, and he's starting to charge. Oh, I missed. What do we do, Harvey? Think outside the box. Well, I did. I just got a bullet out of the box. Give me my crossbow. Well, got him. Yep, he looks pretty sharp in his arrow shirt. What? He's still charging? Well, dang, Harvey, do something. Wow, with only a knife. How did you stop that elephant from charging? Oh, you just cut up his credit cards.
Celebrity voice and imaginary character impersonated. The Indy 1500 Gun, Knife, and Outdoor Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the State Fairgrounds.
Hey, you nip it! Join me January 24th as we sip some bourbon and talk about how we win the midterms. Trump, 1 year later, the Red Tie Gala, the highs of the last year, the lows of the last year, and how we win the midterms. We're going to drink great bourbon, eat great food, laugh a lot. Come join me January 24th, 2026, downtown Indianapolis at the Hyatt Regency. Trump, 1 year later, with me, Tony Katz. Go to tickets.tonykatz.com, tickets.tonykatz.com, or get your tickets right now at WIBC.com, and join me for some great bourbon January 24th.
You're tired of your house being uncomfortably cold and paying those high electric and oil bills to keep the heat on is shockingly expensive this time of year. You'd love to have new windows, but you don't want to pay a fortune for them. Well, January is a great time of year to replace your windows thanks to Window Nation. Over the last 20 years, they've installed over 3 million energy-efficient windows and helped tens of thousands of homeowners keep their homes comfy and cozy year-round while also saving them money on monthly utility bills thanks to new windows.
And right now, they're more affordable during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows for Free sale. So it's a great time to replace all the windows in your home. Plus, you could get them with zero down, zero monthly payments, and zero interest for 2 years. If you're feeling cold drafts from your windows, it's time for new windows. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 sale going on right now. Visit windownation.com to get started.
Hey, this is Rob. It's the story nobody's talking about, but everybody should. We're going to do our best. It's the Mid-States Corridor Project. We'll tell you all you need to know. Tuesday, 9 to noon, 93 WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes on this Tuesday morning, what some Hoosiers are saying about a proposed data center, what an Indianapolis City County councilor is saying about a possible moratorium on those, and what Indianapolis Colts leadership has to say about next season. After Fox News from the Dugan Air, Heating, and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
She is cheering the capture of Nicolas Maduro. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
January 3rd will go down in history as the day justice defeated a tyranny.
That's what Maria Corina Machado tells Fox's Hannity. She won the Nobel Peace Prize last year for her opposition to Maduro that got her jailed in Venezuela.
It's not only huge for the Venezuelan people and our future, I think it's a huge step for humanity, for freedom.
Maduro's jailed in New York City, due back in court in March.
Out as arraignment for running a multi-billion-dollar narco-terrorism cocaine operation, the deposed president of Venezuela said in Spanish, quote, "I am innocent. I am not guilty. I am a decent man, and I am here kidnapped." His attorney, Barry Pollack, called the raid that nabbed his client an illegal abduction. But Attorney General Pam Bondi says it was not.
Fox's Eric Shawn. Congressional leaders got a briefing last night in private from the Secretaries of War and State and others on the operation that captured Maduro. And while Republicans call it justified, Democrats do not, wanting a vote this week on a bill to require President Trump to get approval for future military action in Venezuela. Here's Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
When the United States engages in this kind of regime change and so-called nation building, it always ends up hurting the United States.
Ukraine's president is in Paris for talks with the U.S. and our ally.
And mineral rich. PM Fredrickson telling a Danish broadcaster that if the United States chooses to attack a NATO ally, then everything stops.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Some people are just over this data center construction stuff. Clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 49 degrees going up to 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. While a few counties in the state have put temporary stops on data center development, one city county councilor in Indianapolis says they don't want to go down that route. Councilor Jesse Brown says instead,
we are just encouraging developers to refrain from the activities that our constituents have told us are the things that bother them the most. So this was an attempt to let's all find some common ground, whether we're pro or anti-data center, but just ask for politely the worst of the worst abuses to be curbed.
And Brown says these data center projects need more transparency, something he says was missing in the Franklin Township project last year.
Deep Meta Ventures was the name of the company, and it took an accidental slip up at a press conference for them to admit that that was actually Google. And Councilor Hart was unable to talk with his constituents about it because he had signed a non-disclosure agreement.
And Brown spoke at a meeting last night. At the same time, the Shelbyville City Council moved forward with plans to bring a large piece of land into the city.
Council members voting to move forward with plans to annex more than 400 acres of land in Shelbyville at their meeting Monday night for a data center. The vote was 5-1, with one member abstaining from voting. J.C. Witt, a spokesperson for Prologis, the company proposing the Shelbyville project, says they've received a lot of feedback from the community.
We're excited to partner with Shelbyville, and as we learn more what we can do on the site, hopefully we can gain more support from the greater community.
Although most residents in attendance at Monday night's meeting spoke out against the project, citing environmental and health concerns. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Shots fired and lots of crime scene tape on the east side of Indianapolis late last night. It happened along East 30th Street. A 16-year-old boy was hit multiple times. There is no word on arrests this morning, and there is no word on if police caught the person that shot him. Indianapolis Colts CEO and owner Carly Ursay Gordon is not holding back her frustration after a season that started with high hopes but quickly went off track.
When deciding to bring back Colts general manager Chris Ballard and head coach Shane Steichen after an 8-9 season, Ursay Gordon said Monday that there are things that aren't always in your control.
And I think that's part of what goes into it, but it wasn't a decision that we took lightly. My sisters and I, like I said, we promised to be the best, and that's what we're never going to stop working to do that.
She says she's confident in the team's ability to build off their 8-2 start this year and improve next year. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The only football team that is winning these days in Indiana is the number 1 ranked Hoosiers, and they're in the Peach Bowl in the college football playoff semifinal, playing Oregon on Friday night. Wide receiver Elijah Surratt.
Talent-wise, they're right there with the Ohio States, the Alabamas, some of the best teams in the college football world. They ran a lot of man against us. It's a challenge that we're going to have to face this week as well.
Kickoff 7:30. If you want to throw some money down, it's a 4-point spread, and IU is favored. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Jeremy Scott.
Well, Ryan, we've been talking about this crash on the northwest end of things on 65 southbound, crawling from State Road 267 for 865. NDOT now finally recognizes it. It is in the left lane. Also on the south side, 65 northbound, heavy stop 11 to 4 Edgewood with a crash in the 2 left lanes. Other than that, we're seeing a new crash, 465 northbound on the west side. Left lane is closed right around US 30, the US 36 exit, so just Rockville Road. Other than that, things are getting heavy elsewhere, including on the northeast side where 69 is heavy from State Road 37 all the way into the 465 interchange. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Jeremy Scott with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What are we feeling out there?
Hey, good morning. Not bad to start off the morning. We're at 50 in Indianapolis. I think a lot of today we're going to see overcast conditions, but very mild with temperatures in the mid-50s. Look for a partial clearing overnight tonight. It'll be chilly with lows falling to 37. And then back up to 50 on Wednesday. We'll look for some sunshine at times, a dry day expected. Rain chances move in, even a few thunderstorms Thursday into Friday. Temperatures Thursday, upper 50s and lower 60s on Friday.
That's Tara Hastings, Wish TV. There will be a chair for her January 24th, 2026. That's this year. We're already in 2026. Trump 1 year later, the highs and lows, the red tie gala, cocktail attire, more than welcome. Guys, just wear clean pants. Tickets.TonyKatz.com, the bourbon, the food, the live music, and we're going to go over everything that happened this past year, which is a ton, and then how it relates to the midterms and how there's victory, and possibly there will be Tara Hastings. There will be a chair for her. We will see if she sits in it. We will see. But you have to be there to find out. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Go to WIBC.com and get your tickets as well. It's going to be incredible. I want you there. This event started as like this kind of quirky thing and fun thing, and now it's like it's a must attend, because how does everything we've seen over just the last 2 months play into the election? It all does. I've got it. I'm going to share it with you. And maybe Tara Hastings.
Possibly.
Right. Thanks for being so enthusiastic.
There's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yep.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. I appreciate you. And you get your tickets, tickets.TonyKatz.com or WIBC.com. Right now, it is 47 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:08. Maduro sees the courtroom yesterday, screams that he is innocent, that he's a decent man, that he's the rightful president of Venezuela. He is not. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. He is also not Tony Katz. No, he is not the rightful president of Venezuela. He lost the election. And the people of Venezuela are very much in favor of him being removed. Only the progressive left is angry that this has taken place. And that's why I say I think that there is a possibility, and it's growing, that the midterms could be about national security, and that is just not normal at all. And everybody would think this is going to be an economics election, and the party in power loses seats, and the economy is not great, and this is all bad stuff for Trump. And I've been discussing, like you had, these 6 months are everything. If July 1 comes, although someone could argue that the end of the quarter, you won't get that data till the end of July. If July 1st comes and this economy isn't feeling like it's up for everyday Americans, not just Wall Street, midterms are over. But there is now this other piece that is involved, and I'm telling you, this Maduro thing, what has happened with Iran, this could be a national security election, and that's weird. Now, is it wishful thinking, or do I have the data? I think I've got the data. I'll prove it January 24th. Thanks to Premier Arms and PA Jewelers, fantastic people in Brownsburg. Thanks to Chimney Solutions, Indiana, and thanks to DefianceBeef.com. You got to be there. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Join me. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a great night. Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. And I know some people are like, Tony, you're really going downtown? The Hyatt Regency has been so great to work with. They've been so incredible. They have been so helpful. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's give it a try. Let's go do something interesting. And I know what I say about downtown Indy. Everything is easy in, easy out, well covered, well prepared, well protected, good on safety and security. Come join me. Come be a part of it. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's going to be fantastic. You are going to be like, this was a great time. I don't do it wrong, and I don't do it half, whatever the half thing is, right? I don't think I'm allowed to say that. I don't think I'm allowed to say, am I allowed, Producer Carl, am I allowed to say half-assed?
No.
Okay, because I did promise a 5-year-old, Jackson, that I would say booger on the air.
That you can say.
Yeah, I can say booger?
Yes, I approve.
All right, I'm just wondering. Yes, by the way, I promised a 5-year-old, and I'm a man who lives up to my word. So I've done that. I've now said booger. If your children would like me to say anything weird on the air, let me know. Send your emails to Casey at WIBC.com. And she'll get that over to me. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. I'm telling you, this Maduro thing is a part two. Not only the election, but the left angry. The left angry because they favor the communists. It's madness how they have reacted and how weak it looks. But that's the story. Now, interestingly, Maduro doesn't see a courtroom again until March. And this is an interesting argument of, we capture this guy, we bring these charges, and he has to sit in jail for 2 more months? That's going to get some people bothered. And I think on both sides of the aisle there. But the fact that he has been captured, well, that's only bothers people who like what he was doing. Meanwhile, the Maduro regime is still in charge, and there was a big conversation yesterday. Missiles were flying, bullets were flying. What the heck is happening? Is there a coup? Then it was learned that maybe what happened was that some of the Venezuelan military saw drones and didn't realize they were their own drones and started firing at their own drones, and this was all just friendly fire. Meanwhile, Delcy Rodriguez, who is the vice president, is still in charge. We'll see if that lasts. That's the latest out of Venezuela. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is a another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
Hey, how would you like to get a 20% upfront bonus when you invest your money? Not only do you get a 20% bonus, you'll also get an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. Hey, it's Hammer Nigel. Discover how you could get an upfront 20% bonus plus an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. One more time, an annual return that's averaged 10% for the past 10 years.
Learn more from the retirement guy that we trust, Bill Demery, right here in Indy. Give him a call, 317-648-5120. Get an upfront 20% bonus on your money and an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. Plus, you'll sleep well at night knowing it's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, Matt's not in right now. Jeremy Scott, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Well, Tony, so we're on the south side where 65 northbound is heavy from stop 11 to Edgewood. That's all due to a crash in the two left lanes, really parking lot more like described. If you decide to go westbound on 465, you're going to hit the skids again by the airport. Sam Jones Expressway to Rockville Road, completely jammed solid northbound with a crash blocking the two left lanes there. Otherwise, you are seeing delays on 65 southbound as you're approaching 21st. On the east side, 465 northbound, heavy around Pendleton Pike with 69 southbound delays from 116th Street. Traffic is sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now, indianafoundation.com. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 47 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
When it's cold, the last thing you want is your home's heater to quit on you. At 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you warm and comfortable quickly. Just call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com. Don't forget, we're
always on time or you don't pay your time. Always on time or you don't pay your time.
independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Kohl's new clearance markdowns are intense. Up to 70% off is the kind of deal that'll leave you feeling stunned and make you whisper things like, "Where have you been my whole life?" to a cardigan. Just take a deep breath, steady your cart, and try to act normal. But it's not possible. The savings are just too good. Shop new clearance markdowns now in-store and online at Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZzzQuil Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZzzQuil Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Nobody likes a cold shower. LD Smith has hot deals on water heaters. Save up to $300 on a new water heater install.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Take care of your well with a 6-point inspection from C&J Well Company and save 20%, their lowest price of the year. Great systems, great people. 317-852-WELL.
So an update on what's going on with Hilton Hotels. The story was that a Hilton hotel in Minnesota canceled the reservations of ICE agents, immigration customs enforcement. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be here. Great to be with you. And they were just sent emails. And Department of Homeland Security posted the emails. They blacked out names, but they said, hey, we are not going to provide you rooms. Please let anybody know if they're with ICE that we're not going to provide them rooms. Thank you. They published those emails on their Twitter feed, and Hilton said, whoa, 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 whoa. That was not us. This is a Hampton Inn, Hilton brand, but it's a franchisee and not us. This is against our values. We would give the room. This is nuts. The franchisee then comes out and says, well, this was all a mistake. We've already reached out to people. We apologize. This is not right what has happened here. And that's where it got left. And I had posted about this last night, and people had said, listen, I'm willing to believe that Hilton, this isn't their policy. This is what the franchise did, and the franchise was wrong. The franchise is called Everpeak Hospitality. They said, quote, Everpeak Hospitality has moved swiftly to address this matter as it was inconsistent with our policy of being a welcoming place for all. So that's where it got left. Then this morning, it got reported that maybe that's not what happened, because an independent journalist went to this hotel, and they're still standing behind the policy. And they're not apologizing, and they say they haven't reached out to anybody. And it was DHS that said that they hadn't had anybody reach out to them. So now we're hearing that, no, they may have put this out in a statement, but they didn't actually change what they did. They said, sorry, you're with the Department of Homeland Security. You don't get rooms. So now you have people saying that Hilton Hotels is terminating the franchise. So this is a story to watch for. Did they really? Is it possible that a franchise could be so, what's the word I'm looking for? Criminally insane, that they could say, no, we reached out to Homeland Security. It was just a mistake. No, everything's fine. And nobody was going to follow up? No way. I'm willing to give this a little more time. I want to see what comes of this. Because if they really didn't reach out, didn't change the policy, just put out a statement they did, and figured everybody would forget about it, that is crazy. Certifiable. Also came across a story about a series of restaurant closures here in central Indiana, which often happens, right? This isn't new that there would be businesses that waited until the first of the year and be like, okay, we got through a holiday season and we're done here, and that's it. So the IBJ had stories about 3 different places. One is Garfield Brewery on Shelby Street. I've never been. I didn't know about it. Started in 2018. And the owners said, honestly, we're too old to run this place anymore. We would like to thank all the people who supported us through the years, and we hope you've enjoyed drinking our beer as much as we have loved brewing it for you. So that's one. Okay, some people are like, you know what? We don't have anybody to pass it down to. There isn't really a buyer for it. We're just done here. No anger, no anything else, no conditions, just done. The second one is Big Woods. So Big Woods is part of Quaffon, right? Quaffon Brewing, Hard Truth Distilling. They are closing the location inside of Keystone, inside a Fashion Square. They've said that location clearly, now that location has been a whole host of things, and it still doesn't work. I find that fascinating because I find that mall, right, there just below 96th, is very full. And there are other restaurants there that continue to work. So what is it about being in the mall that isn't working? the rent just too high? Is something like that? I don't have the answer. They still have the Noblesville location. They still have the Speedway location. They still have, of course, everything that they have in Brown County. And then there's Houlihan's, which is Hamilton Town Center. They are closing, but they're going to be replaced. So the Houlihan's location is being converted into a Saltgrass Steakhouse, which I have never heard of. So in one case, there was no buyer and they were just done. In one case, clearly, and I don't know the Quaffon people that well, but I'd love to get the data, didn't work there. It's working in other places, and the place at Speedway is very pretty. It's working in other places. With what's happening in Hamilton Town Center, they're just changing out concepts because they think they're going to have better success with another place. Not everything is, oh my gosh, the economy is falling apart. Some things are a part of their own world. They exist outside of everything else, and they've got their own issues and their own stories to them. That's all. So I saw that yesterday and wanted to share it. And there's other places, some coffee places have gone out, other places that have ended their run. It's business, right? Some things work, some things don't. Some things for having, don't have any other reason other than it itself, as opposed to the economy at large. I think it's important to always note those things. Matt Bear's out today. Jeremy Scott has traffic.
Well, Tony, we're still trying to figure out these two crashes that are impeding traffic. 465 northbound on the west side crawls from Sam Joe's Expressway to Rockville Road. 2 left lanes are blocked there. But the good news is 65 northbound heavy from stop 11 to before Edgewood because that crash has been moved off to the right shoulder. Also get reports of a new crash 70 eastbound past Sherman Drive in the right lane. Heaviest non-crash delays 69 southbound on the northeast side from 116th to 465. Traffic is sponsored by B-Window. Right now at B-Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B-Window they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob. It's the story nobody's talking about, but everybody should. We're going to do our best. It's the Mid-States Corridor Project. We'll tell you all you need to know. Tuesday, 9 to noon, 93 WIBC.
Leave all of the 2025 dirt behind and start the new year with Zero Res. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, and hard surfaces, your whole home can be zero resified, including your air ducts. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 5,100 reviews, Zero Res is the trusted choice. So start the new year with 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $119, plus a free hallway, and take 15% off regularly priced services when you mention the WIBC special. 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. See dealer for complete offer details.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Life's full of unexpected joys, like problems with water. That's why there's Michaelis, a crew of 24/7 experts who are rescue ready, day or night, one phone call, for a gazillion disasters. Over 3 decades of restoring your home or business to better than new condition. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
because at B-Window,
We mean business. We mean business.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
President Trump says he can run, but he cannot hide. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 47 degrees. We're going up to 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is dropping his re-election bid as the state looks into fraud scandals. The Trump administration says Somali migrants ran fake daycare centers to launder money overseas to terrorist groups.
The scale of the fraud that the Trump administration, with the help of great independent journalists like Nick Shirley, is uncovering right now is surely shocking.
That's White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt speaking to Fox News.
But President Trump has been calling out Tim Walz for his incompetence and corrupt leadership for a very long time. And Trump was right about everything.
And Walz is scheduled to testify before Congress this week and again next month about the fraud investigations. Democrats say the Trump administration is singling out Minnesota's Somali community by threatening to revoke citizenship and deport people. Deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife showed up in a New York courtroom on Monday, defiantly pleading not guilty to the charges they're facing.
Maduro saying, "My name is President Nicolas Maduro Moros, President of Venezuela. I am here kidnapped, and I am here since January 3rd, Saturday. I was captured at my home in Caracas, Venezuela. I am innocent. I am not guilty. I am a decent human." But Attorney General Pam Bondi says the Maduros are responsible for many deaths and should face justice.
And that's Madeline Rivera from Fox News reporting Maduro and his wife are scheduled to appear in court again on March 17th. Netflix is dropping a behind-the-scenes look at the final season of Stranger Things. One Last Adventure, The Making of Stranger Things 5, hits the streamer on January 12th. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita is suing Eli Lilly. John Herrick explains why.
Rokita accuses Eli Lilly of participating in a scheme with other insulin manufacturers and pharmacy benefit managers to what he calls artificially inflate insulin prices by over 1,000% despite low manufacturing costs. He says the goal of this is to drive structural market changes, provide relief to affected customers, and ensure lasting accountability. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
McDonald's is facing a lawsuit over how it markets the McRib. The complaint argues the McRib doesn't actually have rib meat in it, even though it's shaped to look like it does. It says the patty is made from low-cost cuts of pork that are formed into that familiar rib shape, yet the sandwich is still priced near the top of the menu. McDonald's, for its part, says the whole thing is nonsense. The company says the McRib is actually 100% pork, not just the rib kind, and that the sandwich is exactly what it claims: saucy, boneless, and an oddly shaped national treasure. Sports on WIBC at 8:34. It is the tale of two seasons. Indianapolis Colts owner and CEO Carly Ursay Gordon called it that Monday afternoon and announced that she will be keeping general manager Chris Ballard and head coach Shane Steichen despite the team's second half collapse.
We have been very clear with Chris and Shane that giving them another opportunity means that the sense of urgency for them to deliver and perform has never been higher. Chris and Shane are both capable of facing this challenge head on.
And the Colts lost 7 straight games to finish the season, ending with 44-year-old Phillip Rivers starting at quarterback, missing the playoffs for the 5th year in a row. The top-ranked IU football team is 2 wins away from its first ever national title. Running back Kalon Black says the Hoosiers will have to get past Oregon and its tough defensive line.
Great linebacking core, and those guys just seem to play like really fast, especially in the back end as well. We definitely have our hands full this week.
In the college football playoff semifinal, Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Friday night at 7:30. IU is a 4-point favorite. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. Here's Jeremy Scott.
All right, we've got a lot of crashes out there that have been causing problems throughout the morning. One of those on the west side, 465 northbound at a standstill from I-70 all the way over to Rockville Road. 2 of your left lanes are blocked with that crash. Earlier crash you mentioned on 70 eastbound still has the right lane blocked past Sherman Drive. You're heavy now from the Keystone exit. Other than that, things are getting just a little bit better out there on most of our area roadways. But keep in mind, you are still seeing some heavy traffic on 65 northbound from Keystone into the South Split and 69 southbound from 106 into 465. Traffic spots by B-Window. Right now at B-Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, and 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 47 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36. It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. Dow futures are down 44, NASDAQ futures are up 49. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Markets didn't care that Maduro was captured. Oh, no. They were just going up and up and up and up yesterday. What was it, over 700? Some number like that. Oil prices, they didn't move too much. $58.59 per barrel on the West Texas crude coming out of the ground. Brent crude, $62.07 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury staying where it is, 4.167. The 30-year fixed also staying the same, but gold and silver went up. Gold now $4,457 an ounce. Silver at $78.18. Holy cow. Holy mackerel. That is a high number. A series of things to get to yet, and I had some audio for you as well, including Hakeem Jeffries letting you know that the future of the Venezuelan people should be determined by the people of Venezuela.
House Democrats are going to continue to fight to lower the high cost of living, fix our broken healthcare system, and make life better for everyday Americans. While Donald Trump and the administration is off starting wars, most recently connected to the unauthorized military action in Venezuela. This wasn't a...
He's a broken man. First of all, starting wars where? He said plural, and then he said most recently. So where? He's okay with the lying. He's okay with just making it up. Wouldn't the argument be that there are less wars now because Trump is there? Yes, Ukraine and Russia, they ain't done yet. They're not. It's awful. You said you'd have it done in a day. Okay, clearly not, Mr. President. But other places it is. So what is Hakeem Jeffries doing? Hakeem Jeffries is okay with lying, and no one calls him out on the lying.
Law enforcement action. They're lying to the American people when they say that. It was an unprecedented military action. And yes, in fact, it is the case that Maduro is a bad guy.
Just a bad guy. Okay.
A dictator.
Oh, more than just a bad guy.
Someone who was not the legitimate head of government or head of state.
I'm sorry. Are you now agreeing with us? He's agreeing with us, but still Trump bad.
In Venezuela. We also know that the future of the Venezuelan people should be determined by the Venezuelan people.
Oh, I absolutely positively believe that. It's hard to do when there is a guy who isn't the president ruling the country, jailing dissidents and killing people. The question is, should we be involved? I think that's a legit question. The answer that the administration is giving is the Monroe Doctrine. This is our hemisphere. The issue that Hakeem Jeffries has is that he cannot accept the concepts of power. He doesn't think that power should be utilized for America's protection. He believes power should only exist for his desires. And his desires are not yours. The desires of Democrats are fundamentally not that of America's and Americans, based on their own words. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I shared that with you because that's a great example. That's a great example of how they have so misplayed this, overplayed their hand, how weak they look. Instead of having a rational conversation, Trump has started wars. It's just too silly for words. We took their despot leader in less than 6.5 minutes. What war are you talking about? What exactly are you talking about? Did the Russians come to their aid and start firing on American troops? Have the Chinese mobilized anywhere? No, the only thing that's happened is that the Ayatollah is trying to figure out how to find an exit because everything is falling apart in Iran. The key to being the leader of the Democrats in the House is never stop blaming Trump. If you know how to not pay attention to facts and just blame Trump, you can go far in the Democratic Party. Don't look at me. He's the one doing it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
New Year's resolutions come and go. Big Ten wins, you earn those.
Norton in the corner. Bingo!
Big Ten basketball means tougher defenses, louder buildings, and zero margin for error. Coach Darren DeVries has the Hoosiers ready for the work.
Our mindset has to be, regardless of shots falling, our defense has to keep us in the game.
Up next, IU versus Maryland. Wednesday at 6:30. No fluff, no filler. Hoosier basketball on 93 WIBC.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet Arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Stay warm and cozy all winter long with a Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing tune-up. Seasonal wear and tear can take its toll on your furnace. Schedule now. Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good.
Guys and ladies, you made New Year's resolutions to get back in shape. Want real results in 2026?
Go to Centergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. GetMyHealthFix.com. It's Hammer here for my friends at Technology Recyclers. You can't just throw away your electronics. Some weirdo is going to hack your information and then it's all out there on the dark web. This is where Technology Recyclers come in. They will make sure your data is destroyed. Tech-recyclers.com or call 1-800-237-3887 to find out more about their free business pickups or local residential drop-offs. Technology Recyclers, tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Traffic on the 5s. Matthew Bear is out today. Jeremy Scott in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Well, Tony, the big problem is on the west side. 465 northbound crawls from I-70 all the way over to Rockville Road. 2 your left lanes are blocked with a crash. Once you get on the westbound side of 465 on the north side, you're heavy from 69 all the way over to Port Alsonville. That's all due to a stall blocking the left lane through the construction zone. Because of that, you are seeing delays on 69 southbound, heavier than normal this time of day. 96 all the way into the 465 interchange. Also, 65 southbound is slow from Kessler Boulevard all the way over to 21st. Northbound, you're starting to see bigger delays from the 465 interchange to the south split. Traffic is sponsored by B-Window. Right now, B-Window receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
47 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
I know this. Oh, come on. Oh, this isn't... I know this. Oh, God, I can see it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here's how we play our game. Oh, come on! Producer Carl has picked a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I'm allowed to utilize the chat room, youtube.com/WIBC. I can't use the social media feeds. My wife is allowed to text me. I came up with that rule because sometimes she texts me. And I'm allowed to phone a friend, but Matt Bear is not in today. God. This is gonna kill me. I don't know. Is Casey Daniels in studio?
No, Rob is.
Does Rob know?
Well, Rob's in the. You know how our new setup is. He can't hear this.
Oh, too bad for him. Oh gosh. It is not Facts of Life. It is not Family Ties, although it has that vibe. Because the Family Ties theme would actually have the lyrics. And it's not too close for comfort. Nothing about this says Jim J. Bullock. I can't believe I'm going to say this. But right? It feels like as long as we've got each other, right? Which I don't know if that's growing pains or which one it is. Kills me. Kills me. By the way, I don't even think Twitter has it. You know.
No, even the chat room doesn't have it.
Producer Carl. Somebody said this is Major Dad. It is not. What is this theme song?
Kate and Allie.
Ah! Jane Curtin! Dang it! Son of a mother! Oh! Oh, God! I hate everything and everyone. Oh, I'm gonna need a minute. Son of a mother, you skank! Oh! Oh my gosh. I'm thoroughly outraged. Holy cow. You see my face on the live stream. I am red. I am so angry. I know the show. So it's Jane Curtin. Although I can't remember the other actress's name right now. And they were each like divorced, or one was a widow, and they then lived together. And oh man,
Have it memorized because it's going to come back on Redemption Monday.
Son of a God. Of all the times we have done this, that's the first theme song that ever made me angry. Because that's just the kind of stupid theme song I would know. Oh. I am outraged. I am outraged. On Tony Katz today at noon, we will have updates on what's going on with the Maduro prosecution. Certainly, producer Carl has asked me, what do you think of this judge? I'll get into that story, as well as how lucky Senator Kelly is to only possibly be demoted. I think it should be far worse. And then there's the attack on J.D. Vance's home. Not the vice presidential residence. His home in Cincinnati. The attack was from a William DeFore, who was arrested for shattering 4 windows at Vance's home. William likes to go by Julia. Sha-la-la-la. That's the story. 26-year-old who went by the name of Julia. Took a hammer, broke the windows of J.D. Vance's home. He has been arrested. Yes, the family comes from a lot of money. That doesn't mean that you don't have issues. Lots of people have lots of money, have kids who have lots of issues. The bigger story here is the act of violence, and the bigger story here is this transgender nonsense and mental illness. There are connections. Only a fool, only a liar would say no. You don't like J.D. Vance? Okay. You think you should engage in a violent act because of it and destroy property? You have a problem, and I don't know if you should be allowed to operate heavy machinery. You don't like a guy, vote him out of office. Engaging any level of physical attack? That's the answer? From personal experience, that's not the answer. I'm not saying that fights don't occur. Someone calls you a name, someone does this or that. You can choose to walk away. You can choose to fight. When it comes to the politics, don't vote for the guy. Vote for the other guy. Support the other guy. Go be the other guy. Go run. But this is a bigger story than just the destruction of the windows. This is about mental illness. And this is about a society on the left that wants to coddle it. Listen, the right has plenty of issues, boo. I discuss them often. The coddling of mental illness is an issue on the political left, and they refuse to come to grips with it. And it has done great damage to society, and that's one of the many reasons they can't win elections. They cannot be allowed to be in power, which means we have to win the midterms. How do we do that? Join me January 24th, tickets.tonykatz.com. I cannot wait to see you. I cannot wait to present this to you. So fantastic. Started working on the videos yesterday. It's going to be so good. You're going to walk away saying, holy damn. I am ready. We're ready. Things are so much better than we assume. You just got to understand it, and I think I've got it. Cannot wait to bring it to you. January 24th, tickets.tonykatz.com. You can also get them at WIBC.com. Get those tickets. Kendall and Casey are up next, and Jeremy Scott has traffic.
Lots of problems out there. We'll start on the west side. We're northbound 465 heavy from I-70 to Washington. That earlier crash in the two left lanes of Rockville cleared. However, on the east side, southbound at a standstill from Fall Creek to 56. That's all due to crash blocking the two left lanes there. Traffic is sponsored by B-Window. Right now at B-Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B-Window, they mean business. I'm Jeremy Scott with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Here are just a few hot buys going on in January. Lift chairs starting at $5.99. Lazy Boy recliners starting at $4.99. Queen